So, hi everyone. Today we have Himank Garg with us. Fortunately, unfortunately, we had recorded a podcast earlier, but due to some technical issues, things got wiped out, and here we are again. So, thank you, Himank, like, for doing this. फिर से अपना time निकाल के आया भाई तू. So,
अरे
just
कोई बात
just to give some context of Himank. So, I think we met in college, हमारे college time पे, and उस time से we became very good friends. Just because
राइट
of our common love for, you can say, literature. Like he was more into literature. I had just started reading literature, and his passion for literature had driven him to such a place that he had written certain plays and directed it in his final year of college. So some of them include like monologues from literature by Rubaru. It's like it happened in DAV, right? The second was
या
Lisbeth's play, which he had written, and it was adapted by Rudyard Kipling's short story Lisbeth. And then he had also done a screenplay for Meher movie on MX Play, right? I think that's the other
या
thing.
इट्स
On top of that, so he always used to, I think, top in college in literature and all. And he has just recently completed his MA English from Punjab University. On top of that, Himank had been very active in various youth fests, going for short story competitions and all those kinds of things. And recently, also I think participated in the 7 day writing challenge by India Film Project. So quite a lot there, more on writing and all. So Himank, कैसा है भाई? मैंने कर दिया जितना करना था अपने से introduction detail. How's everything like?
that's
कैसा चल रहा है सब?
it's all great, it's all good. I'm still working on more writings and देख रहे हैं कि कैसे क्या कुछ how it shapes up and everything's all usual, locked up
Hmm.
in one room in one house.
Hmm.
So
आई थिंक हाँ, कोविड के टाइम से एक तो बड़ा वैसा सा भी लगता है यार कि अब कहीं जा नहीं पा रहे, थोड़ा नेगेटिविटी सी आ जाती है एक लेवल पे, राइट? कि अगर आप सारा टाइम बैठे हुए अंदर, लाइक हाउ डू यू फील अबाउट इट, हाउ यू कोपिंग अप विद इट, या होता है कहीं बार?
that's true actually. It reminds me like काफी लोगों ने द शाइनिंग देखी होगी आई गेस, या फिर पढ़ी होगी जो स्टीफन किंग की है, या फिर उस स्टैनली कुब्रिक की उसकी अडेप्टेशन द शाइनिंग देखी होगी, then how isolation really makes someone deranged उस हिसाब से.
हम्म.
एंड मे बी किसी ने या फिर द लाइट हाउस देखी हो रिसेंटली, लाइट मैंने अभी रिसेंटली देखी थी,
हम्म.
विलियम डेफो और रॉबर्ट पैटिंसन की.
हम्म.
एंड दे टच अपॉन दीज इश्यूज की आइसोलेशन में हाउ वन gets deranged. And like you said, negativity covid के time में, and obviously it does creep in people के दिमाग में कि you know we are just locked up with our own thoughts. Basically, it's not just being locked up in a house, it's locked up with your own thoughts, just which we were trying to escape in a routine. अब
हम्म.
रूटीन टूट गया, सब कुछ टूट गया, ट्रांसफॉर्म भी हो रहा है रूटीन एंड ऑल दैट, बट वी आर स्टिल much more face to face with our own self.
हम्म.
So I guess you're pretty much right उस हिसाब से कि it does get you into negativity. I will not go into the fact कि मतलब क्या करना चाहिए to
हम्म.
cope up with this.
हम्म.
Like generally, like what I do personally is like obviously write and
हम्म.
watch and read. And one thing that sometimes people must learn is to face it.
हम्म.
I don't think it can be any more simple yet complex than that. Because it's a very scary task actually. And
हम्म.
like personally speaking, it's a very scary
हम्म.
task to face your own self कि वहाँ क्या है, इसके अंदर क्या है,
हम्म.
इसके
हम्म.
अंदर.
हम्म.
And that's if and there is no short success in it as such.
हम्म.
Like you may not even figure it out, but at least it's like you get away with it, get
हम्म.
done with it.
हम्म.
So that's like one of the many things that we can do, I guess.
आई थिंक एक लेवल पे यार एक्सेप्ट करना भी बहुत हार्ड हो जाता है टाइम्स, आई थिंक, क्योंकि रिसेंटली पीपल आर ड्रिफ्टिंग मोर टुवर्ड्स स्पिरिचुअलिटी एंड मेडिटेशन ही करके, राइट? बिकॉज आई थिंक they are using that thing as a crutch kind of thing, just to kind of accept themselves. And I think it's a very good time as well, because I think for an entire life we usually run away from ourselves rather than accepting us, right? एंड एक लेवल पे आई
That
थिंक हम
is
अपना
true.
पोटेंशियल फुलफिल नहीं कर पाते क्योंकि हम जान ही नहीं पाते, एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं करते अपने आप को एक लेवल पे। सो
Hmm. Like potential की जहाँ तक बात करें, it's like what I'm trying to catch यहाँ पे ये potential से I feel like कि what you just said is correct, but at the same time we cannot even say कि किसी का क्या potential है after all, because most of the times people themselves don't know कि उनका potential क्या है. So if you know any entity itself does not know उनका potential क्या है, तो how can we as outsiders say उनका क्या है? We can expect them to be something. We can uh, you know push them into some greatness or something, but can we make them great? Can they become great or not is completely in their own hands. कुछ लोग कर पाते हैं, कुछ लोग नहीं कर पाते हैं. Like you said कि मतलब they are not able to realize at times. um, कभी कभी there you have to also like accept maybe you were meant for great things but you fell short kahin pe, and you know that's just how life is. जो take it as it comes.
आई थिंक वो भी इम्पोर्टेंट है फ्लो पे, यू कैन से लाइक जस्ट मूविंग इन विद द फ्लो। बट हाँ, आई थिंक एक लेवल पे अगर आप अपने आप में बिलीव नहीं करते, राइट, लाइक लेट्स से जस्ट नॉट बिलीव बट एक कॉन्फिडेंस, सेल्फ एस्टीम ही होती है कि हाँ अगर कोई नया चैलेंज आ रहा है, आई कैन जस्ट टेक दैट एंड इट वुड नॉट स्केयर मी, राइट। सो आई थिंक वो
Mm-hmm.
सेल्फ एस्टीम इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एंड वेरी क्रिटिकल, राइट। आई थिंक वी ऑल हैव फेस्ड एक लेवल पे सेल्फ एस्टीम इश्यूज बहुत ज्यादा। यू
We
रिमेम्बर
have.
कॉलेज में कैसे क्या सीन था, बट क्या, like what do you think about it? How can we develop self esteem? Like how should that process look like?
It's never ending. That's for sure. It's never like what we culturally see and read, even in our mythologies, movies, art, whatever. It's never like कि मतलब एक कोई point आएगा जहाँ पे तुम जिसके बाद तुम कुछ और होगे, अभी कुछ और. It's never like that. It's like constant process. It's constant doubt. It's constant struggle. So it's like self-esteem hona is important, obviously. I mean, not ये break vocal break was not about the fact कि नहीं होना चाहिए. It should be there. It's just like it's like it is challenged many times, and self confidence, self esteem से ही आता है basically. It's like self को जानना, like मैंने पहले भी कहा, it's not something that everybody is able to do. It's like, and it's not even important in the sense कि मतलब किसी को पुश करना कि तुमको अपना सेल्फ जानना है. मे बी इन माई पर्सनल सेंस इट्स नॉट एग्जैक्टली important, but the more you do it, it's better after all. And it's like self-esteem, some people associate it with narcissism or some sort of इस तरह का कि arrogance or something like that, but that's not the thing. Like sometimes misconceptions happen which because lines sometimes psychologically are blurred between these terms. So it's like you just have to constantly check yourself as a person. And like self-esteem होने का मतलब ये नहीं कि you just ram everybody off the road or something, but it's like always know what what you want. I guess वहाँ से there is one way self-esteem can build up, कि knowing what you want and fighting for it. Like अभी there is this quote by Keanu Reeves going on viral a lot कि मतलब you got to you have to be a fighter to be a lover, because uh, what you love you have to fight for it, something like that, so that's, if that comes out in you, then you know what's right, for justice, for righteousness. And obviously इनकी subjectivity को छोड़ के अभी as a concept, if you know them, then I guess you can know self-esteem, if I'm making any sense here. But uh, and self-confidence is obviously much much more dynamic. It will be tested, it will be broken, but it is up to you to rebuild it. And it goes on. That's what I can say.
Yeah, I think definitely भाई एक लेवल पे, because I think what you're talking about is that subtle line between जो लोग सुपीरियर समझने लगते हैं अपने आप को कि हम चौड़ है, हमारे हम बाप है, राइट, और फिर वो कुचलते चलते हैं लोगों को। आई थिंक ये भी काफी दिखता है, बट लेट्स से कमिंग